This is what we live for. Miles from pavement, Jeeps crawling over obstacles, remote campsites where cell service disappeared hours ago. But the further the adventure takes you, the more important it becomes to stay connected. Whether I'm talking to the Jeep behind me, guiding someone through an obstacle, or heading deep into the backcountry, communication is one piece of gear I never leave home without. And now, Midland has now taken it to the next level. This is the all-new MXT295 Pro, and it may just be the ultimate GMRS radio for the overland lifestyle. Let's dive in and check this thing out. Now I know there are some that already own a Midland radio, and then there are some that are trying to decide if they even need a GMRS radio to begin with. This is one of those items that I find very important for my rig. Next to gas, next to electric, next to sleeping, I have to have some sort of communication. A lot of times when I am off-roading or I'm off-grid, I will completely lose cell service. So in those cases, a GMRS radio like a Midland might be my only form of communication or help if I need it. Whether you're communicating with other Jeeps on the trail, you're getting out, you're spotting other Jeeps across an obstacle, you're warning other rigs about washouts or about obstacles that are in the road, or you're just notifying them that we're going to pull over for a code yellow or a lunch break. Radios become that important piece of communication between the entire group. Cell service is not available. It's not accessible to just call somebody 5 Jeeps up. You have to have radio for communication inside of a trail rig. Now, even when I'm solo camping and I'm just by myself, radios are invaluable because, one, I can bounce off of GMRS towers so that I could actually reach somebody if I'm in an emergency situation, or many radios actually have the weather that are actually broadcast on the channel on the radio. So if I'm out dispersed camping off grid and it looks like it's about to storm, I need to hit that weather channel on the radio just to see what's coming for me and be prepared to buckle down. That's when a GMRS radio becomes invaluable. I never, ever, ever hit a trail without a radio in my car, ever. Now, when it comes to radio brands, everybody knows the name Midland. They are the big player that is in the communications department, off-roading, overlanding, ATVs, camping, anything. Midland is the go-to brand. And I personally have been trying to work with Midland for many, many years. So when they reached out and asked if I would like to check out their new MicroMobile radio, I was genuinely excited. Not because I needed another radio, but because I've already been running their MXT275 in my rig for several years, and it has been so reliable. So today is not about replacing a bad radio. The MXT275 is not a bad radio. Today is about seeing how Midland took a perfect radio already and made it better. That's what I'm really excited about. So let's look at some of the listed details on the package that this new MXT295 Pro comes with. It's a 15-watt GMRS radio, two-way radio with a Bluetooth control mic, which is going to be super, super sick. We're going to have to take a look at that. A small head unit there for easy storage, fully integrated Bluetooth mic, that's super cool. 154 privacy codes, 50 channels, and it's IP67 waterproof and dustproof rated. Now back here, it's got 22 standard GMRS channels. It's got 28 pre-programmed privacy channels, and those are channels 23 through 50. It's got 8 repeater channels. That's super cool. Split privacy tones, narrow and wide band. Dual watch and call alert, Bluetooth headset compatible. That's going to be one of my favorite features and one of the reasons why I'm most excited to test this. It's got adjustable color and brightness LCD, scan list editing, silent operation, USB-C charger, and that's going to be on the main unit, and it's got a 2.1 dB gain antenna that comes with it, a 3-year warranty, and it does say you need a GMRS license for this. Now, with this, it kind of gives you a little chart on what its range looks like. So if we're mountain to mountain peak, nothing obstructing it at all, they say you could reach up to 50 miles. Now, I assume that's probably not with the 2.1 gain antenna. You probably have to have like a ghost antenna or something like that, but up to 50 miles maximum range. Medium range here, partial obstruction. We're in the forest, kind of like what we are now. Tree coverage looks like it's about 15 miles. And then here, neighborhood or dense forest. So here we're talking about like a neighborhood, houses, buildings, up to 5 miles short range with a lot of obstruction. Now, I haven't even opened this box yet, and I'm really excited to see what comes inside. So let's get this thing open. Now, the inside of the packaging is exactly what you would expect from Midland. Everything is well organized and very protected. You got some stickers here. You've got some owner's manual information here. You've got your main Bluetooth headset, which I'm really excited about this. We're going to put this to the side because I want to do some deep dive investigation on this thing. We've got our main head unit that goes into the Jeep itself. This is so small, it's going to be able to tuck away anywhere that we need it to. Super cool. And in this box here is where we get all of our accessories. This is going to be our antenna, it looks like here. Some mounting pieces here. Yep, there's your little antenna right there. We've got some 3M tape, other mounting options. We've got a USB-C to USB-C cable for the fast charging. We've got a nice little receiver mount here. This is probably going to mount somewhere on the dash. And then our 12-volt charging option here. It's got a couple of inline fuses in it. Let's go ahead and pull this out of the box and take a look at some of the quality of the build. Now, one of the things I love most about these cool little MicroMobile units here is just how small these head units are. This head unit is so small it can be tucked away under the seat, in the glove box, in the glove compartment here, in between the seat. It can be tucked away anywhere, and you don't even need to access this or mess with it. It can tuck away and be done with it. Now, it does have USB-C fast charging port right here on the front. My wife is always asking for extra spots to charge her phone. This is going to be our pairing button right here, so we can pair the actual Bluetooth device. This is going to be our mic jack. We kind of pulled this off right here, and now we can plug in our mic here. On the back, antenna input right here. We've got our main power plug here, and then we have some audio outs in case we want to add another microphone or speaker inside of the rig other than just this device. Now, this is probably my favorite upgrade of the entire unit, and probably one of the reasons why I would really suggest you guys consider the MXT295 Pro Bluetooth handheld. Now, the Bluetooth handheld fits perfectly in your hand. Everything is self-contained right here. You got all the controls, all the buttons here. You got your one volume knob on and off this way. Your call button here. You've got a USB-C on the bottom of it so that you can actually charge the device. But everything is self-contained right here. We could hide this main unit under the seat, in the dash, anywhere, and not even see it again, and fully operate the radio based off of this. That is amazing. The screen is significantly bigger. We're going to dive into the screen in just a second because I want to show you some of the features on it. And one of the key features that my 275 does not have, that I'm most excited about the 295, It's got a built-in speaker inside of the head unit. Now I know that the 5 Series has this, but my 275 didn't have that. The speaker always came out of the main unit, so even though it was small and I could tuck it away, I still had to keep it in the cab somewhere so that I could actually hear the speaker that's actually in the head unit. Now the speaker is actually integrated into the Handheld. Wow. Now I actually like the placement of my 275 right here in between the seat. Even though I don't need to access it, it's still kind of tucked away, it's out of the way, and in fact, anybody who's sitting in the seat, things that fall out of their pocket, it actually catches it from falling. I like having it there because there is a USB plug on the top of it, and like I said, my wife is always asking for places to plug her phone in. So I'm probably going to reinstall the new MXT295 Pro. I'm probably going to put it in the same exact place here. So the MXT275 and the MXT295 Pro look very, very similar in size, and I'm hoping the 295 will actually just slide down in this same little spot. I don't have to unscrew all of these. Actually, what I'll do is take this bracket off of the 295. Now you can see that the 295 is just a little bit thicker than the 275, so it may not fit in that same bracket, but we're going to test it and see. No, it doesn't fit. We're going to have to take this bracket off for the 275 and replace it with the 295 bracket here. Now that we have our cradle installed, we're going to go ahead and plug up our power. It just clips right in. Now we're not going to use these external speaker or mic cables here. We're just going to let those hang. We're going to go ahead and plug up our antenna to the back. And now we can go ahead and slide it right down into this cradle. You'll feel it snap in. There you go. And it's in there solid. And once we plug it in, you can see the light starts turning red. It's booting up. And now in order to pair our receiver with the head unit, we're going to go ahead and turn it on. We'll see our power on right now.
Base unit connected.
And I think we are automatically connected. But if it didn't connect, you would have to hold the volume up and down button at the same time, and then it would actually connect. But it looks like now we are connected with our radio here. It's connected blue. Now all we have is just this one little Bluetooth handle, no wires, instead of having this thing, wires hanging down. If your Jeep is anything like mine, you've probably got wires out of the wazoo all over this place. There's wires all over the ceiling, there's wires in the dash, there's wires in between the seats. So eliminating one more source of wires is fantastic. Now I want to look at the difference in the two receivers, the size, the feel. This is the 275, this is the 295 Pro. Now on the 275, the first thing you notice is you've got a power on and off button here. Channel up and down is here on the top. You've got a place where you could actually put a mic, external mic here on the side. You've got your call button on the side. The other buttons on the front look very similar. You got a menu, you got a volume up and down, you got the WX, you got the call button, the MON button, speaker lock, scan, same things here. Now the 295 has a much, much larger real estate when it comes to the screen. And this 295 now has volume knob here on the top. It's the power and volume knob here.
Base unit connected.
And it's got a speaker inside of the Handheld. Oh my gosh, have I not told you how much I love that feature? So this is going to be a big change, going from tethered Handheld to now a wireless Handheld. And let me tell you why I'm so excited about this. So with my 275 in the rig, I'm driving, talking on the radio. Once I stop to actually get out and spot somebody, I have to put the Handheld down, grab one of my FRS handhelds to get out, walk around, spot somebody, get back in the rig, put this down, grab my handheld again, and then keep moving. Now I will always carry a set of FRS radios in my rig, just because a lot of times when we ride with people, some people don't actually come with radios, so I'll lend these out to people so that they can talk within the group. Now, as I'm guiding people through obstacles, through trails, through valleys, through washouts, I don't have to reach over and grab this. I can literally just take the same unit with me that's from the Jeep. I want to test this thing out and see how far away from the rig I can actually get for the Bluetooth to still connect, that I can do some trail obstacle avoidance. Let's test it out. Now I'm going to turn my FRS radio on here. It's on channel 6. I'm going to go ahead and put my handheld on channel 6. We'll test it. Check. We're coming through. So I'm going to put this right here next to the rig, and this is going to be me spotting a rig. You're going to be the rig. And then I'm going to walk all the way out there and see how far out there you can still hear me and how clear you can still hear me on this FRS radio.
Test. So right here, I'm probably about 50 feet from the rig. I'm going to keep walking out and see how far out that I can go. Here, I'm around 70 feet from the rig. Can you still hear me? Testing, 1, 2. So over here, I'm at 100 feet from the rig. I can't even hear whether or not I'm coming through yet, but I'm going to keep going, and then I'll have to watch the video back because I can't hear. I'm too far away from the Jeep. So I'm about 100 feet away from the Jeep right now. Here, I'm at 120 feet. I'm going to keep going. I hope you can hear me. Okay, I can't even see the Jeep anymore. I'm at about 140 feet away from the rig right now. It says I'm still connected, so I'm hoping that you can still hear me.
So I walked out about 140 feet, and it seemed that I was still connected to the rig. That is really, really impressive, because I don't need to swap units to get out of the rig to spot somebody. Now I can hand these out to my friends and still just use this the entire trip. That is a game changer there. So let's look at a couple of the features on the actual receiver itself. Like I said, we've got our volume knob here, up and down, power on and off. This is our push to talk here. In the middle here, we have our channel up and down. This is going to be our menu and PA button. So this will actually go through the whole menu, our privacy, TX code, RX code. Here we can change our screen color, which may seem like a small feature, but when you're driving at nighttime, it could be a big game changer. We got a clear white. I personally like 5 blue. This is the Road Rash blue, so I usually leave it here. Press the menu to select it. So we have our speaker select here. This is going to be both our handheld and the main unit inside. This is going to be just the handheld, and that one's going to be just the main unit inside of the Jeep. So we'll put it on both options. We've got our charge jack here on the bottom. Our scan button, this is going to scan all the channels. And then our weather monitoring. So no, one of the questions that people are often going to ask after they see this video is, should I upgrade? If I have a 275, should I upgrade to the 295 Pro? And my answer to that is, it depends. This is a fantastic radio. The 275 is also a fantastic radio. Do you feel that Midland made enough upgrades to the 295 Pro, wireless Bluetooth, the need for only one handheld now? Do you think that Midland made enough upgrades to the MXT295 Pro to upgrade from the 275? You'll have to make that decision. Now, if you don't currently have a 275 or a 5 Series or a GMRS radio, and you ask, should I buy this unit. Absolutely 100,000%. You should buy the MXT295 Pro. This is an all-around solid unit. It gives you the ability to buy one instead of having to buy two. Now you can just buy one, get out of the rig, be connected to the rig, all of the things. You could buy one unit now and now have the mobility of two units. So yes, you should absolutely buy the MXT295 Pro. Now, I've only had the MXT295 Pro for a very, very short time, and technically this unit actually comes out on the market today. So there's not a lot of reviews on it. I haven't had a lot of time to actually spend using this on the trail, but so far, installation, quality-wise, fit in my hand, usability, mobility, this has been an absolutely game changer of an upgrade. Midland did not try to reinvent something that they already made. They just tried to elaborate and make what they already made even better. They refined it with this absolutely stunning Bluetooth handheld mobile receiver. This thing, I cannot say enough about it. I just can't. So if you have any questions about the MXT295 Pro, drop them in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them as best as I can, since this is such a new device for overlanders and it's just now hitting the market. I'll do my best. And I'm sure Midland is probably watching our comments too, and they will also comment to your questions down below. You guys like and subscribe to Road Rash Off-Road YouTube, because we've got so many overlanding adventures coming up. My next adventure is going to take us over 2,000 miles from North Georgia all the way down to Key West, through the Florida Adventure Trail and the South Florida Adventure Trail, and then back up. I'm going to really put this thing to the use. See you guys on the next video. Love you guys. Peace!